Paste. Swedish. Finnish. No, that was a good guess, wasn't it? Finnish. Next. Close. Beautiful eyes. Close set, beautiful eyes. No brow bone. Not open now. Well, they are open, but they've got this lip of skin hanging over a lot. It's not like most women we see, you know, with the, I don't know how to put it, froggy eyes. Bum, 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 aye, aye, bum, 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 aye, aye. Sink or swim. Where are we? Kimi Räikkönen with an Adam's pimple. They didn't even give him a raisin, they just give him a pimple look. Adam's pimple implant. Mastoid not showing. Adam's apple not on show. Trachea not on show. Short chin. Sloping jawline look. Soft, rounded. Subcutaneous laser fat look. Not squared. Not strong. Not defined. Widest in the hairline. Widow's peak. High set ears. Again, those beautiful eyes. I'm falling in love with those eyes. Kimi Räikkönen. That's the girl. Let's put you in the back file. Kimi. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. We didn't do the other one. Kimi Räikkönen. Copy. Back file. Search. Oh, I hate this mouse. I need a new mouse. I'm going to buy a new mouse. Copy. Paste. Please don't do it again. There we go. Kimi Räikkönen. Away it goes. Whilst it searches for Kimi, we'll go gate shopping. It was so funny. I was in a garage earlier on. I was getting a bit of work done on my car. And I started talking to him because I know him. And he was like, what do you know? I said, I know Conor McGregor's a girl. And he was all laughing. And I should have said to Big Dave, I'll bet you your Ferrari. He got a Ferrari. I'll bet you your Ferrari. And I wouldn't want it anyway, right? God knows this. I don't want your Ferrari. But I'll bet you Ferrari that Conor McGregor is a woman. And I bet you any money he would have said, yeah, I should have asked him and filmed it. And next time I'm going to ask you, Dave, will you film it? Blue eyes. They say blue eyes make the best drivers, don't they? Apparently women. Look, absolutely no jawbone. Look, it goes from chin straight to the neck, straight to skin, look. On a real man, I'm a real man. What are you still doing there, Gerard? Get off my screen, discard. On a real man, I'm a real man. We have big square jaws, look, and it goes right back almost to the join where my neck is, look. You get this big shadow casting jawline. Oof, what's wrong with your face? Where's your brow bone? She really has got soft eyes. She's really easy to see there. Strange, because in the other picture, the eyebrow folded over quite nicely. Again, all soft features. Soft eyes, soft nose, soft lips, tiny ears. Nothing striking. You know, you take that soft-featured face. Who can we use? Margot Robbie will do. Margot Robbie. 2 first names. Look at the size of them dentures. I'm jelly. I'm jelly. What's that? Oh, I thought that was a penis. I really did. Let's come back. Let's get a picture of that neck and jawline. It's too far away. That one's better. Look, it looks like me. Apart from I ain't got a pair of breasts. Well, that might be a little bit debatable at my age. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Moobs. Where are we? Oh my, he's got a piano for a smile. Look at that. I just want to play jazz. Anyone else? Anyway, look at the size of this face. You just saw how big the teeth were, right? Look how big the mouth is. Look how large and low set the ears are. The big square jawline, look. Shadow caster. It's it's mounted on a plinth with a piano astride with wide eyes. You got it? Look, take one more look. Large eyes, large ears, large mouth, large cheekbones, large skull, long neck. Got it? Now do you see the difference? This is not a man. That is definitely a man, without a shadow of a doubt. I hate myself for not recognising it on my own. I'd love to have found out all this. I recognised it on my own, but I'm not that smart. I needed a push. And as much as you don't like this, boys and girls, it was these flip-flops that gave us the push, that told us the truth. As much as you don't like that truth, that is the truth. They wanted you to know. Antonio told me once, he was like, what did he say? What did she say? Antonio. Antonio said, what did he say? He said, when it all goes to pot, and it's going to, he said, they built all those underground bunkers. He said, who do you think they'd want down there with them? The divs. All the divs that can't tell the Earth's not spinning, that water doesn't bend, that satellites never existed. Do you think they want them people down there, or smart people? And I was like, that's an interesting point. But the Bible says, don't matter whether you're a king or a little street sweeper, bitches. It doesn't matter who you think you are. When it all comes and it kicks off with God, you can hide in your caves, in your underground bunkers, but that's no hiding place from the Creator. It might be from man, hiding from men, but not from God. There is nothing. We're in his realm, in his dome. There's nowhere to go. Bill Nye told you this. We're in an enclosed capsule. There's nowhere to go. So they made up all this other stuff to stop us from concentrating on the things that matter. And even when you're celebrating something holy like Christmas, it's still been taken over by Satan, and it's a commercial thing, right? Christmas, the spirit of goodwill is still there, I agree, but it's all commercial things. Your children want $1,000 iPhones, £1,000 phones. Your children want £1,000 pound. Are you off your heads? £1,000 iPhone. You must be crazy. And the worst part is those iPhones that cost £1,000 were probably made for $1 or so in some sweatshop, and probably by little uns. It makes me so sad. Only in this world where money can control us like this can they get away with doing this. It's one of my main points. You get rid of money, you get rid of sin. Almost overnight, you get rid of sin. The things that people do for money. The crime shows I've just been watching recently, what people do for the parents' inheritance and try and get away with it. I'm just like, my gosh. Your parents are with God now because you messed up. And then when you leave this earth and you realise that none of it was true. You don't live on a ball, no such thing as space. Big scary lizards have never walked the earth, unless dragons were real. My mind's still open to it, but there's no proof of it for me. Just what they show me. In the end times, Satan only wants to confuse everyone. This is utter confusion for most men. They cannot see that this is a man. The amount of men, if you showed them this picture, they'd say, I'd give her one. And I got to be honest, hand on my heart, I'd have probably said the same thing 20 years ago, not realising. But right now, that face right there does not pass. The triangle is huge. The skull is massive. The widest part on that face is in the cheekbones, look. It does not say egghead anywhere. It just says blockhead. Cannonball skull on top of a Scottish pine tree for a neck. I hate the fact that they made me lust after men. I hate that fact, because I'm a straight guy, that I found something like this more attractive than you, the natural girl. Blinded by science. I'm starting to understand it. It's not just about the flat earth. Their science is to change men's appearances into women. It's alchemical what they're doing. They say changing lead into gold. The streets are paved with gold. What if concrete can be made into gold? What if it's one of the calibers or something that makes gold? Because they can probably make it all, you know. They'd say that diamonds are this and gold's that, and good men have done evil acts for gold bars and gold coins and bullion and silver and trinkets. And women. It's not just the men. Greed. Let's go back. We're looking at Kimi Räikkönen. I went off on a ramble, didn't I? Kimi Räikkönen, is that the husband? Let's have a look at him. He looks like Helena Christensen. What's his name? Mintu Virtanen. Mintu. They take all these pictures, look. And you've got no idea. He looks like Gary Oldman there. You've got no idea that you're looking at flip-flops. To the average eye, that just looks like a normal wedding, doesn't it? A groom with his mother and his wife. Look how flat-chested the husband is. Look how long the arm on the father is. To the normal eye, they don't see it, right? They just see normal couples. But instantly, that first picture where I saw the husband, Kimi Räikkönen's eyes are closer set than his. Look how wide they are and look how close they are. Then look at the widow's peak. No widow's peak. Look at the dial M for Masons. It's the Google envelope, look. Gmail envelope, look, on the head. Not here. Because this one's got a short down and a wide forehead. Women have tall foreheads and bellow widest at the top, not around the eyes. I'm surprised you can't see a massive shoulder blade there, you know. Maybe the photoshopped it out. Right, Kimi Räikkönen. This is a girl and this is a boy. He's widest in the cheekbones and she's widest in the hairline. Look. Kimi Räikkönen walking. Oh, we're done. Left, right, centre, everywhere. Look, I'm seeing gates. Abbey Road, the Beatles, look. One line in front, one foot in front of the other, inline footfall. Same again, look. Abbey Road, same again, look. Abbey Road, inline footfall. From the rear, full mints. From the Chris Rea, full mints. Is that another one there? It looked like one. It is, but I can't see it properly. It's a nice mint. There it is in full. Broken leg. Look at the diamond. You can see how the knees are separating, creating that diamond, right? Look at the shape there. It's a woman. Just by seeing that knee and foot going out towards 8 o'clock, you know that that's a woman. The shoulder tilt, look. The hip twist. Follow the lines, look, and you can see the cone. The cone of a woman. And again from the front. Broken leg, swinging the hip lock. The male on the left with the big bony ass knees. And there's your answer. Your woman's on the right. There's a woman in the middle as well, apparently. Look. And a dude on the left. A big tall dude. With bony ass knees. Kimi Räikkönen and his mail order bride fail forensics. Look at the size of that hand. And again, look at this from the rear. Straight-legged man, knees together. Woman in flamingo with a broken leg. Transfer your eyes. You can do this skill right through all ages. Look. Bink. Which gate does that match? Does it match fathers or does it match mothers? And there's your full mints. Kimi Räikkönen. Full mints. We're done. It's a girl. Final answer. Open. Tweet. Back file. Kimi Räikkönen.